So hey guys, welcome to Fiaura the Tank Girl, especially all the new people. I haven't really been able to advertise in matches like I normally do. I haven't really been able to play a lot the last couple days because I'm working on my school project, my graduate school project, so it should be done shortly. In the meantime, we have two replays back to back. One is Pants and his KV-1. That's right, I said KV-1. And he does equip the 85mm. I approve. I highly recommend the 85mm, particularly since against tier 7's 122mm derp gun is kinda useless. But anyway, and he is sailing down fjords, one of my favorite maps, to the Horn, actually. I refer to it as the Horn, some people refer to it as the Belt, or the South Corner. It looks like a horn. It looks like a bend that kind of shoehorns around. Anyway, so he is cruising down here. As a note, I do have new upgraded hardware, which, if you've noticed, has improved the frame rate. I still have to get the RAM to fully work, but we are currently running everything on a solid state drive, which makes me happy. In the meantime, Panzer 3, Stug 3, okay, the Stug is a threat. The Panzer 3, oh, hello, that's a lot of guys. Panzer 3 gets brave and pays for it. And that is a tactic that can stop an advanced cold, is watching a friend just get absolutely railed. Oh, he tries for the lower plate, but at this angle he has no chance of penetration. He tries for the gun mantle, but again, at this angle he has zero chance of pen. But now the Stug has turned to face him and he has a chance. Right through that lower plate. If the Stug had backed straight up, he could have bounced the shot. Now he's done. KV-1, by the way, has a ridiculously unbalanced reload speed for its gun. I'm just saying. Which is why I recommend the 85mm. He's got about a 4.5-5 second reload. So you can tell me that is not insane. And here he comes up on a Panzer 3. He's a Panzer 4 now. He's already got 3 kills. He's been tracked. And he's being shot from way back there, possibly the KV-1S up on that hill, because you can actually angle shots from the Echo 7 area to this zone, and therefore, yep, they're shooting him from there. Oh, hello. Somebody finally pinned him. He shoots the track. He gets tracked back, so now it's a slugfest. Let the slugfest begin. And he's aiming right at the lower plate, so he's almost guaranteed a penetration every time. And now you can just see the rounds coming in from way back there. There's that Panzer 3-4 that shot him. If you just look up, he might even have shots at them. Oh, he does. He missed. That Panzer 4 is just keeping him permatrack there, and he can't pin through that side skirt. He's gonna have to look somewhere else for a penetrating shot, or fire a high explosive round. One of those two things. He keeps punching through that side skirt, but it's far too heavy at an angle. He finally gets his track fixed, and that guy is just hiding up in there. And the Marauder Corpse saves him from getting shot again by the guys on the hill, but now Panzer 4, you're done. And he's bouncing shots still. They are still pummeling him with rounds. Him and the Martyr 2 are the only people still alive down here, and the T-67 has jumped on cap. He's going to draw all hell and fury back upon himself. There's a Chiha, tier 3. There's the Panzer 3-4. Up, AT-2. KV-1, this is a nightmare for you. Oh, he's firing a derp gun. Which means that Pants actually has a quicker reload time. If he had just equipped the 6-pounder, the AT-2 might have been able to kill him. But I don't think that's going to be the case here. Oh, another derp shell fired. He loses his driver. He misses that important cupola shot. Oh, he's missing shots, and he's taking hits. Oh, went for his side, and that's just not going to do a lot of damage. He did a whole 10 points to him, and there it is. Right through that commander's hatch. He now has a dead driver, which he's not fixing yet. He has achieved Top Gun. This is how you play KV-1. You get aggressive, and you just roll at people, and you're like, come and get me. And it works fairly well at its own tier. And at higher tiers, you can just sit behind other heavies and shoot, and you will still bounce hits. Now, I think sadly the enemy team is going to cap him out, because there's no way he can get back there in time unless they get off cap to come after him. And nobody would get off cap to come after a KV-1, even with a dead driver. So, that's going to be about it. The blocking noob. It seems like he's done a wonderful job, SU-85, and you've done about all of nothing. Just letting you know, don't call somebody a noob who has 6 kills and probably a steel wall and is still alive. In the meantime, we're actually not going to go check out the stats. I have another match for you guys, so let's move right into the other match. I give you... So, already in progress. Ha! I lied. It's an archer. Makes you wonder what all I'm going to do. Yeah, the Panzer M10 one I actually have scheduled for next week for Fash and me showing us platooning together. I'm sorry I didn't get it in this week, Fash, but I promised a lot of guest star videos, and the 501 special bumped it. So in the meantime, we have the Archer. And he's driving backwards because the Archer actually goes faster in reverse than forward. And he's getting set up for camping mode. Now I say camping mode, I don't really mean camping mode. But the Archer is not a tank you can play very aggressively. It's simply, you have to drive backwards to go very fast, and that means that your gun is pointed in the wrong direction. Yeah, I know. We're sitting here watching a TD with binocs and a camouflage net, basically camp. But this is a spot that you should all know about. I mean, you really should know. This is, if you're getting shot at by a tank destroyer, he's likely behind these bushes. So anytime that a tank destroyer shoots at you from here, oh god, that poor cruiser. Anytime that a tank destroyer is shooting at you from the 8 line on Ruinberg, you know exactly where he is. Put a couple shots into these bushes, and I guarantee you the fire stops. Because even if he doesn't have, especially if he doesn't have 6th sense, he'll just assume you can see him somehow. Or Artie, if you see shells coming from the 8 line, drop a shell into these bushes. Here, I'll mark them for you. You see these bushes between the yellow tree and the green tree with the other browning tree off to the right? Yeah, right here, in these bushes, drop a shell. All day long. I've actually gotten several blind kills by just putting a shell into those bushes and finding a tank destroyer hiding there. Now his team is apparently losing. And he is smart enough to start repositioning. He goes back to his original hiding spot, but that's because he can now see down the road off to his right, which is very useful, especially with all that coming. Now his team, if they have any sense, needs to storm that village and take these guys out. They need to secure the village so that at least one of their flanks is in their possession. He moves up, he gets behind another bush, and he zooms in on the Churchill, and by the way, you don't shoot at the body of the Churchill. It's very well armored. You shoot at the turret. But he's shooting at the body, and he's hit the turret and went in. So you really need to be aiming for that turret, and I guarantee you that one went in too because he fired at the turret again. Even APCR shells will bounce off its body, and the gun mantle of the T-34 is of course thick enough to stop just about anything at tier 5. Turret again! You can see the 3 holes in his turret and the 0 in his body. Now that one hit his driver's port, which basically goes in anyway. And right through the turret all day long. And here's why. The turret is a flat turret with 88 millimeters of armor. The hull has 140. Which one do you think you want to shoot at? Now the Archer also is very inaccurate. That that pounder gun, any pounder gun, except the B-barrel 20 pounder, is pretty much not going to go where you point. Uh-oh. That's bad. He's now the last actual tank, because the only thing he has left other than that is Artie. Ooh, my nose itches when I get nervous. So nervous. Don't know if he's going to pull this one out. He sets up. He pretty much can watch the entire field with his binocs. And his camouflage net should protect him. Oh, there's the target. That T-25 running right for Artie. Artie kills it. He fires. He doesn't know if he's spotted, so he just starts moving. The archer's doing his job. I mean, no offense, bud. He's doing his job. Oh. This is one of the few times when I'm like, camping tank destroyer is actually doing job. Because the archer is about the only tank destroyer you can't turn into an assault gun. This match is going to cost him quite a few credits, though. He is using he's using a lot of APCR. The archer did just save your life of T-37. I think I would not report it at this point. Don't know what you're complaining about. It can't... I'm gonna say this. The Borsig can assault a position just because of the sheer caliber of its gun. The frickin' Yag Panther can assault a position because it will get the odd bounce and it does have a very high rate of fire. The Archer can't. It really can't. It goes a whopping 12... Look how fast he's going forward. Look at that. This is downhill. He's doing barely 20. And on top of that, it has no armor. If he is spotted, he is literally gravy for everyone. It's not like the Borsig that can fight back when it's spotted. When the archer is spotted, it's pretty much dead, unless it hides. And considering he goes faster backwards than forwards, him actually assaulting a position is, yeah, we're not even going to get into the possibility of that. So he's got to sit here and camp it out. And what do you know? He found him. Yeah, I sped that up just to make you guys jump. In the meantime, he's actually going to have to cruise down here. He's going to try to cut him off. His top speed forward is, well, it's shitty. I mean, my Yag Tiger goes faster than this. My 183 goes faster than this. At least forwards. What do you want from him? This is how fast he goes forwards. AMX 30s. No, AMX 40, excuse me. AMX 40s. The Tier 4 French light tank can actually go faster than this. What were you thinking, Great Britain? Explain to me why you made the Archer and then put the transmission in backwards. At least in my opinion, you put it in backwards. Or you put the turret facing the wrong way. Actually, no, the transmission's in right because the engine's in the front of this thing. The front. The turret's facing the wrong bloody way. But he is doing this right. He is making sure to stay behind this rubble pile until the last second so he can use it for cover. He's moving through the city instead of moving through the open field because Artie would probably spot him before he would spot the Artie. And he's trying to kind of stay Artie safe while he moves forward. But again, it's so very slow. I'm going to speed this up a little bit for you guys because this actually takes a minute. It's just, I'm trying. Okay, we're gonna go backwards. He finally just says, "Screw it. I'm gonna go backwards, and I'll just take a hit if I run into something." And arty jousting, and the tier 5 arty loses. Uh-oh. That's never good. However, if you notice, the archer is also tiny. You see that shell crater. We know that shell crater from higher tier games. You can literally hide in it and hold down in that shell crater, which is kind of an amazing feat. Now, like all British tank destroyers, you also notice, well, like all the lower tier ones, anything that's not the FV-215B, you notice there is nothing behind that gun mantlet. It is just a gun mantlet, and it somehow, and his tracks ate the shell somehow. But yeah, there's nothing behind that gun mantle. There's no armor. There's no breach. There's no breach. It's just an open area. So the for sure pin on this thing is actually fire right at the gun mantle. There's nothing behind it, so go for it. And he knows. Back up. Back up as fast as you can. Now try to advance forward and look for the arty. The grill is going after that M37. Now the one good thing about the archer is when he is going backwards, he can achieve a high enough speed to actually get back to the cap. And he's just going to set up and hide. Which is by far the smartest move he can make. He gets the enemy arty, he knows he's got to move, he accelerates way too quickly backwards for them to actually hit him. And now he's just set up here. He's just capping it out. Cap war with the grill, who both the enemy arty are just guessing where he is. Now some advice to you guys. When enemy arty is guessing where you are on cap, your best position is actually to wait for a shell to hit and then move exactly where that shell landed. No arty player in existence is going to fire a shell into a spot that already says you're not there. So as soon as those shells hit, he should have actually moved right on top of that scorch mark, because the enemy arty's not going to fire there anymore. Period. That's his safest bet. Now he's getting behind his original bush because they're probably not going to guess him out there either. Oh, arty joust, arty joust. Oh God, no, no, no! Reload! Got him, and the arty blew a shot. Oh, the cap is won. The archer wins with a top gun and an invader. So let's go take a look at the stats. I hope you guys have enjoyed these 2 guest replays. You're going to see more guest replays tomorrow for more tanks that have not yet been up on the channel. In the meantime, I'm going to see you guys momentarily at the stats. So we're actually going to be going over these 2 replays in reverse order in honor of the fact the archer drives faster backwards. Also, this archer replay is from the EU server. Surprise! Anyway, it's Thursday, guys. I needed to get something up from the EU server, and it's guest star week, so guest star from the EU server. Here we go. Believe it or not, I have fans in Europe. That's a thing. Anyway, high caliber, invader, top gun. Excellent job by this archer. One of the only tanks that is not an artillery that I would not use as an assault gun, and at the end he did turn assault mode. The enemy grill is the only surviving enemy. It just cost him so much credits to spray all that APCR, and I can't blame him for the Churchill, but any other tanks he fired at, I really would have switched to AP rounds. I think he just forgot he was using APCR. I really do. I honestly, firmly believe that. But 1,200 damage issued, pretty good, and he didn't take much damage in return, and that 100 base cap points is always a nice feeling. Now the KV-1, this is a disappointing loss. You did a really good job, Yak Pants. I do not care what that SU-85 said. You did your job. You're a heavy tank. You bounced shots. You took hits. You dealt damage. And more importantly, you killed the enemy. I'm just sorry you lost. I mean, you got 1,000 XP on a loss. That's a rarity for anyone. 1,000 experience points and you lost. You know you did good. And your team just didn't quite come through for you. You guys can see on this team, I don't mean to offend anyone about this, but you have one guy who has a friendly kill, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people who got off less than a full shot of damage. That's half the team that did not even have a real impact in the game. And then you have The Martyr couldn't do much. That SU-85 that complained, I mean, it's your fault for sticking behind the KV-1. It's there to take hits. It's there to be a brick. This T-34, I mean, good job, man. Good job. You tried hard too. It's just your team couldn't quite pull much for you. I'm sorry for that. But look at this, 1,200 blocked by armor. If he has a heavy tank mission to block stuff with his armor, he got it. Period. Also, he damaged and destroyed everything he shot at. So not only did he hurt it, but anything he shot at was his kill. He did his job. If the SU-85 wants to complain about a KV-1 doing 1,300 damage and blocking 1,200 with armor, 24 direct hits, shrugged off. That's impressive in any tank. I don't care who you are. That is impressive in any vehicle. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed these little replays of the KV-1 and the Archer, these two Tier 5 tanks. I'm going to have more guest stars up for you guys the rest of the week. In the meantime, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl officially signing out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video by me, Fiaura the Tank Girl. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, click on the subscribe icon. Have a suggestion for the channel or have a question? Leave a comment. I promise I will try to answer it as soon as possible. If you want to help the channel grow, share this on Facebook or Twitter. Want to support the channel? Click on an ad. That is how YouTube pays its channels, is for your clicks on those ads. So those always help me. Or you can go to the patronage page. You can access this by clicking on the woman standing outside the IS-4 tank. If you want to check out more videos by Fiaura, click on one of the thumbnails you see here or check the description below. Also check the description for contests I'm running. Lastly, if you want to be featured on Fiaura's channel, send your replays to fiaurathetankgirl@gmail.com. Check the description below for more information on the email address if you want to know how to spell it. Please remember, I need your ammo wrecks, RNG moments, fires, hilarious outtakes, and other things you may find funny, or pure luck on World of Tanks or other games you happen to play that involve tanks or war games. So when one of these happens, send it to me. Put the title of the email as Raw Tankery or RNG Moment. Anyway, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl officially signing off for right now, and I will see you in the next video.